Let's go back to the abusive relationship issue while we're waiting for more calls to come in. And so you're thinking about this young girl. She's in an abusive relationship. Other people start to see it. What should a parent do?
A parent at that point really needs to get her into some counseling and get her some help, because she in reality is in danger. She can be in danger of something worse than just being slapped. I mean, today teenagers die in relationships.
And it would seem to me, Greg, that the longer this goes, the harder it would be to get
Yes.
out, because it's a lie upon a lie upon a lie, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and so she's caught in this web of deception, and she believes this boy loves her because he's being honest with her. You know, everybody else has lied to you. Everybody else has told you you're fine, you're wonderful. I'm the only one who loves you enough to tell you that you look ugly in that blouse, and that you need to be more responsive to my needs. And I'm going to train you about how to be a better woman, and all these lies that bind her. And so she buys into this, and he continues to control and manipulate her.
Is there a consistent open door in a teenage girl that draws her and compels her to date a guy like this? Because I know in the adults, stat-wise, you see high-level CEOs that are abused wives,
Yes.
and then you see low-income women. You know what I mean? There's really no respecter that way.
Yeah, let me just throw out two possibilities. Okay, this is not 100% across the board. Number one, a lack of a father figure in the home. That the father has abandoned the home, and maybe not even by choice, maybe by death. The father is gone, or the father is still in the home, but he has emotionally withdrawn. And so everybody longs for a father's type of love, and girls want a dad, and want a dad hug, and want a boy to say, you're wonderful, you're beautiful, you're great, you're the best, da-da-da-da. They have that need, and if they're not getting that from their father, then they'll look for that in a boyfriend. And a second area can be her whole view of herself. Okay, how is she seeing herself? Does she see herself through the eyes of God, or does she see herself through the eyes of the world? Because these teenagers who see themselves through the eyes of the world are saying, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm gross, I'm disgusting, I'm not measuring up to what I see are some of the world's standards. So that makes her more susceptible to being manipulated and controlled by a boy.
Okay, so she could be in real danger if she's physically abused, but what about if she's emotionally abused? So, I mean, she's a real danger of losing her identity, and I would
Yes.
imagine morphing into, morphing her whole trajectory of life, where she starts aiming this way when God has her to go this way. So wouldn't you still need to intervene when you see that as a...
Yes. You've got to get her some help in this area, some people that have more skills than I have in helping her to see the relationship realistically. That's what the counselor was trying to do in the clip. Here, read. How do you identify an abusive boyfriend? Because she's trying to get this girl now to open her eyes and to see the relationship for what it really is. That's a hard thing, because they just tend to be blinded toward that relationship.
And it goes back to intense prayer, intervention. All this stuff is intentionality, isn't it? I mean,
Yes.
there's a lot to be said about that.